think and speak and behave. End of story. We make way too big a deal out of some stuff, like Christ said to the hypocrites, the Pharisees of the time. You hypocrites, you strain out a gnat, and yet you swallow a camel. What a comical metaphor. But yeah, you know what? That is like the world. That's what it does. They got all these arbitrary laws. They constantly in flux, right? Oh, one day, oh, you're evil. You know, pot smoking, for example. What was that movie that was so popular back in the day? They ridiculed it, though, in the 70s when everybody was smoking pot, the 60s and 70s. But it had something to do with demonizing pot and pot users. And now, oh, it's okay. But yet, now Biden's coming down hard. If anybody ever smoked pot or admits to smoking pot, they're not in his administration. So all Biden's surrounded by, as far as I can deduce from everybody I've met in my entire life, is a liar, right? And now Kamala Harris is in the hot seat. Oh, what did she do wrong? Was she too honest? Did she have too much integrity? Was she too much of a straight shooter? Why does the public disapprove? Who is this public that fired Jimmy Carter, the last decent president I remember, a real guy, before JFK, which I remember? Yet the Democrats get rid of Jimmy Carter. What are they gonna do? They're gonna get rid of Kamala Harris now? And keep Biden? Oh my God, what is wrong with the Democrats? It's not just them, it's the Republicans too. They all make me want to vomit. I can't remember the last good Republican we had. Abraham Lincoln? I don't know. What was Eisenhower? I heard he was pretty good. When I was born, he was president. But I don't remember him much. But a lot of people liked him. Roosevelt? I don't know. You know, social welfare programs, all this crap. We wouldn't need these things if it wasn't for the evil men. This is the few crumbs that are, you know, to assuage the public. Here you go. Okay, they create the need for the welfare, for God's sake. Look, my stand on welfare programs, if it works, if it really helps to end the problem, fix the problem, I'm for it. But if it's like Section 8 and there's $50 billion a year that goes into subsidized housing costs for poor people, I'm opposed to that. Okay, I'm into fixing problems. Okay, and anybody that would maintain a problem, perpetuate a problem because their job security revolves around that, their relevance revolves around that, I'm opposed to that. I'm opposed to evil. And all these politicians, the only reason they ought to be getting into politics is because they want to do public service. They want to represent we the people, our interest, not special interests, lobbyist groups, selective interests. No. That sickens me. It's so un-American, patooey. All right, friends, I'm on to some recent current events and other talking points from this last week. On this Asian hatred BS, you know, this violence sickens me. Do the people know who the Native Americans are derived from? What peoples? Okay, from what I understand, Asian peoples. Okay, so, I mean, that's hatred toward Native endemic Americans, the only true Americans. We're all immigrants beyond our ancestors were. So, a bunch of idiots. You know, we talk about, criminals and what drives crime. And we know that desperate poverty is the biggest driver of crime. And we're spending $100,000 a year approximately here in California per criminal per year. How much have we spent to prevent the crime? How much? What does it cost, you know? I'm just trying to make a point. The stuff I get into is irrefutable. And taking care of a slave and comparing them to, listen, they used to use violence. They can't do that anymore. They had to go deeply through subterfuge, okay, to get away with normalizing slavery. But a slave, you had to take care of his needs, like a piece of machinery. If you wanted it to keep working and perform for you, okay, then you had to take care of it. What does it cost today just to pay your housing, food, energy needs, etc., potable water, clothing, hygienic toiletries, that sort of stuff? Okay, how much is it just in your area? What does it cost? So right away, if you owned a slave, you'd have to pay that amount off the top. So any employers, masters, or bosses out there got to know. Be honest. Be real. I mean, what federal minimum wage in the early 60s, a middle-class life, home ownership, one person working in the family, and we're accepting this reality? We're all culpable. We're all money lovers. It doesn't help to deny it, confess it. Understand, God already knows. I mean, the reasons we love money. But our hearts are evil, and we got to get ready our hearts and minds. Cultivate this idea that, yes, you can. And you'd only be dishonest to say you can't. Imagine a world without any form of money. You can do it. How it would work. It can work. God gave us the wherewithal to make it work. And you got to want it. You got to want that. Not just say, okay, I'll accept it, whatever God says. No. We got to work toward it, man. Getting off the junk. And that's the last thing the evil men want. That's their relevance. That's their power. You know, the reason in the past why humanity has always failed with bloody revolutions and all that, once the evil men push too hard, because they can't control themselves, is that we've used violence, and God didn't approve of that. But like in the end of the book of Daniel, it talks about men going to and fro and knowledge being greatly increased on the earth. That's it. Technology is knowledge. It spreads knowledge. And knowledge is power. And this is how God's going to do it. And this denotes the evil men. They know, okay, because it's blinking neon lights. You know, the writing's on the wall. They know they're going down. So they're getting desperate. The demons are wily, and they just, I mean, that's what I'm feeling, man, is that they do not want to lose relevance, but they know that day is coming very soon. You know, this term egalitarianism is important to me, and I want people to understand it. To me, it means believing 100% in freedom for everybody, 100% in fairness for everybody, and end of story. That's it. No exclusions. Rules that we all live by, okay? The same thing for everyone, while maintaining our individuality. You know, last week I hit on Jainism, you know, and how I will take a spider outside and let it go sometimes. But, you know, that depends on the spider and the situation. But, you know, Daddy Longlegs that in 24 hours set up camp in your shower, he's eating the gnats and mosquitoes that might stray from outside. Hey, is that so bad to let them live a little while before you take them outside? And you don't need to kill them. And jumping spiders, they're cute as heck. They'll never hurt you, but you'll never have a bed bug if you let them live. So avoid pesticides and all this crap. That's just screwing up our environment. Kill and catch rats with a trap. Don't poison them. You might kill or injure a cat or an owl or a hawk. You know, we seek a lot of forms of escapism, vices and addictions and habits and stuff, some better than others, healthier that is. But nonetheless, you know, we all understand this need for, you know, it goes back to infants and seeking the nurturing teat from our mother. You know, we all want that same comfort, and we seek it. And so, you know, a lot of this stuff is pretty normal, you know, habits and addictions, to use a pejorative for, you know, habit, because habits often are euphemisms for addictions, right? But we all have issues, and they're all individual issues. We all have to deal with and sort out and take to God in prayer. You know, it's all the best we can do, because human beings are just human beings. We're all fallible. We'll all let you down, every one of us. You know, on age, I say that it's just a number, right? And that a lot of it has to do with spirit. Like in spirit, I'm really a teenager. I remember that was when I felt the most joy and freedom. Okay, being emancipated and real, I got the world at my fingertips. The world's my oyster and all this. And, you know, I love that feeling. I've never really lost it. And, you know, we got to remember that we're not bodies, but we have bodies, okay? And they serve a great function, but they're not who we are. They are just bodies. You know, on various relationships we have, whatever the relationship with another human being may be, it's got to be based on respect, mutual respect. And that's the key to success with any and all relationships. We've got to treat them like we want to be treated. We've got to appreciate them. There are what I call symbiotic relationships. That's a healthy one. And then there's codependent ones, not so healthy, where the mutual respect is not there. You know, I wanted to finish up on this, on talking about appreciation for others. You know, and I think of all the people that have ever lifted a finger for me, I appreciate every one of them. I really do. it's so many. I mean, the mechanics, the grocers, the dentists. I mean, the list goes on and on. The garbage men. I mean, just write a list sometime of all the people, all that built the stuff that surrounds you, that you value. All your stuff is, you've got to be grateful to everybody. That's love, universal love for all humanity. We're one big family. That's the way we must live and think. Friends, I got to leave it there. Best everybody. Have a great day. Have a great eternity. Be nice, and you're a success. God loves you. I love you. Everybody will love you if you love them.